My relationship with the river all starts back about 30 or 35 years ago. Few people realize this. If you don't protect the habitat, if you don't have a place for the fish to live, there's no fish. I've lived in Alaska for 71 years, and I'm very proud to say that almost every one of those years I've been fishing. My name is Bob Penney. It's got an E in the name, so I don't feel quite so inexpensive, but Bob Penney is the finest sport fishing river in the United States. It's the Kenai River.
Kenai River is the largest sport fishery for salmon in the nation. People travel from all over the country and the world for its world record king salmon.
I built this house because of king fishing. I've caught 60, 70-pound kingers right off the front of this house. I'm 90 years old, and I look back over the 90 years I've been very blessed in business and family and everything else. But the driving thing that has been part of my life, and my wife PJ will echo this, is working on the protection of the river. I learned hard way. For the last 3 years, I haven't put a boat in the river here because king salmon are on the downward trend.
Commercial fishing dominated the management plans, and that focused on sockeye salmon, not king salmon. They thought king salmon, well, they're just, they'll always be here. But as we know, that's not the case. And if you look at what has happened to salmon runs around the rest of the United States, it became abundantly clear if we didn't step forward to fight to protect king salmon, they were going to get wiped out.
I've come to understand from a layman's standpoint of how the salmon act, how they eat, what different things they do. The big ball of grass that you see along the river, that's where millions of baby salmon live on their way to the ocean. Years ago, we counted 5,350 people fishing along the banks of this river. There was no place along the river there wasn't somebody standing. I mean, I didn't know it, and I don't think hardly anybody that went fishing knew it. But our walking up and down the bank did more to hurt the habitat than anything else you could name. All the people fishing here, they walk up and down the bank, and when they do that, next to this big green ball of grass, the people don't mean to, but they create a little path. Then that fall, the water comes down and the ice comes down, gets into that gravel that you walk through, and it expands in the spring, and within a year or so, that great big ball of grass has gone down the river.
The number of people that are going in and out seeking access to that, it's just like a buzz, it's like a magnet. I want to go there. Your brain turns off, and people's brains turn off, and they don't recognize what they're doing if they're trampling these banks, and that's a very protective zone, very important zone for the freshwater stage of the life cycle of salmon.
Without a doubt, is the largest race of king salmon left on Earth. It's a genetically unique stock of king salmon. We certainly shouldn't allow it to just be reduced. This run deserves our best efforts in order to protect it.
I started at KRSA in 1988. We had to do something.
My name is Shannon Martin, the Executive Director for the Kenai River Sportfishing Association.
We're a nonprofit organization that was formed to preserve the Kenai River.
We refer to it as KRSA. It's kind of a term of endearment.
Yeah, we all call it KRSA.
KRSA has contributed significant resources from their annual Kenai Classic fishing event to protect habitat.
The Kenai Classic is one of the most important things I've ever been involved in.
Thousands and thousands of people participate with the Classic. And the funds that we raise are really important because they're the lifeblood of our organization. I used to refer to it as the largest family reunion that we hold each year because so many people come back.
The Kenai Classic is a big event in this community. I think one of the great outcomes of the Classic is it's a great educational opportunity.
I'd like to start by thanking everyone for attending the Kenai River Sportfishing Association National Roundtable.
During the Classic, we would do policy discussions with legislators who would come and with the congressional delegation that would come up.
And at the end of the day, have long-term impact of sustainability for all levels of fisheries.
The business community and the environmental community, they can all come together in support of our organization. And now the Women's Classic and the Junior Classic allow us the funding to be sustainable and to be sufficient going forward.
People come down to the Kenai and they get that firsthand experience. They want to do their part. They want to help conserve. They want to help with the habitat projects that the Kenai River Sportfishing is involved with.
I'm quite certain that without Kenai River Sportfishing's advocacy, king salmon would be enlisted as endangered today.
Our main job is to see that the habitat is protected. Drive down to Kenai Bridge. You'll see just exactly what's necessary to try and protect the habitat.
Part of the work that KRSA does is we install light penetrating boardwalks. And those will allow the vegetation to still grow beneath and help support the riverbank and still allow access to the resource.
State got on the same bandwagon we are. You can't build a house within 50 or 100 feet of the river, and the habitat's protected every place you can go.
40% of Alaskans engage in fishing, hunting, and gathering. That's double the numbers of any other state in the country.
And it's really surprising that not more people get involved.
If you don't sustain it, future generations won't have the opportunity to participate in it and to enjoy it as much as we have.
The fishery and the catch of incidental king has gone from 6,000 years ago to this year to 21,000. It's not being minimized, and the department has not done, in one incident that we know of, done anything to try and reduce and minimize this incidental catch of kings.
The Commissioner of Fish and Game has done the proper thing in restricting any fishing for kings. We fought to get that done.
And it means at times that some people lose opportunity to either sport fish or to commercial fish. But if we don't protect all the fish stocks, we all lose. I don't think most people understand what we've accomplished until they get here in terms of our efforts to expand and enhance habitat restoration in the river. You're seeing the banks being restored, coming back to their natural state. The salmon fry, which live along the banks, are prospering. We're really seeing some of the benefits of our investment.
It's really special that we have this resource in our backyard, and we need to take care of it.
We always say, oh, we're hooked on fishing, but the river kind of hooks you into caring for it. And that's, it flows through you, and your purpose in life and its purpose in life kind of merge together.
This river has given me most of my life lessons. It teaches you how to be a good dad. It teaches you how to be a responsible servant of the resource, a responsible landowner. It teaches you how to be a responsible member in the community. The Kenai River colors every facet of life on the peninsula. It is the heartbeat and the soul of Soldotna.
It sustains the community here. And for me, it's a way of life. It's
just that simple. I wanted to be right here.